Hello, this is Fumofu. This is my submission commentary video for my Bloodstained Curse of the Moon Nightmare Casual Innocent run. This is the fastest and most broken run that Bloodstained Curse of the Moon offer. A lot of out of bounds, a lot of boss quick kills, really fun run. It has quickly become my favorite category. Let's get into it. Alright, so right at the beginning here, you see that we have three characters. We have Miriam, Alfred, and Gebel. Okay. My mic is being picked up. Good. Alright, and Nightmare mode means we start with these three characters, but we do not have Zangetsu. Any percent means out of bounds is allowed, and casual means we have infinite lives, which come into play. We don't take knockback when we get hit, but most importantly is our weapon point. We start with 40 instead of 20. We start with 10 in each level instead of 5, and we get double weapon points from drops. As you see here, we are doing what are called floor zips. If I freeze an enemy, go into that enemy's hitbox, while they are touching the floor, I will zip right through the floor. And that allows us to get all the way through level 1 in about 50 seconds. And this will be one of many boss quick kills that use the sickles and the ice spell. You're going to see me do here is throw two sickles, time an ice spell to freeze them within the boss's hitbox, and then I use Gebel, who has the highest damage output on his basic attacks. And as the sides thaw out, they will do a large amount of damage sitting in place, just shredding through boss HP. That was a perfect level 1. Really great way to start things. You're going to see a lot more of those zips and quick kills. Okay, coming into level 2, I'm sure you've noticed there are two different colored lanterns. We have purple lanterns and orange lanterns. Orange lanterns are static. The items that drop out of them are always the same, like how this one here is a large one. Oh. And the purple ones are sub-weapon changes. However, Gebel only has one sub-weapon, and that is his bat form. So whenever Gebel hits one of these, it will always drop a large magic lantern, giving us an extra 10 weapon points. You're gonna see a lot of flying Gebel while we aren't zipping, we're trying to fly. This flying is significantly faster than walking. See a few more floor clips. Alright, here we're picking up an upgrade. It will increase our weapon points from 40 to 50. And we are going to use a scythe floor zip here. The scythe floor zips are very precise since they're not actually hugging the floor. So I pretty much have to get myself right in the middle when I leave bat form, and that will push me. And here we are within a level 2 with another scythe ice quick. You'll also notice I'm freezing the enemy at the bosses in place. That keeps them still, and also makes it so the next attack that hits them will do double damage. The trick to these quick kills is keeping that boss in place, giving those sickles time to thaw out. Now on to level 3, we have the quickest level in the game. It is 3 very fast floor zips into the boss fight. And here with Miriam, we are switching to the axe for an attempt of the quick kill on boss 3. Unfortunately, I tried to buffer a jump too quickly, which means I do miss the quick kill. I'm going to lose about 4 or 5 seconds there due to that miss. But you'll still be able to see the setup here. Yeah, and the axe is the strongest weapon, is the strongest single attack in the game. See there, I swung the axe, didn't jump. The goal here with the axe is to freeze the boss in place and then hit them with the axe for that double damage. You also notice I finished the boss by destroying those coins. Each coin I destroy does deal 1 damage to the boss, and the quick kill does require destroying enough coins to finish off the boss. It gives our last axe hit, if done correctly, just enough leeway to finish the boss. And level 4 here, we only have 1 floor zip, but it does put us directly into the boss fight. So we do this section fairly normal. But once we hit about the halfway point, I will zip through the floor and go straight to the boss arena. That guy did not cooperate with me there. Similar setup. We hit the wolf, get inside his hitbox, fall through the floor. This is another fight where it emphasizes how important weapon points are. I need 36 weapon points to get the quick kill perfectly here, and we have 38. Ideally, we start the fight with exactly 36 to avoid that ticking down, but that's alright. Only losing a few frames there. You saw in that first phase, I used an ice axe followed by a regular axe to quickly deal with the first phase. Then 2 more ice axes here. That's an easy kill for level 4. We only go through 8 stages, and we're already gone through 4 in less than 8 minutes. So this run, very fast, very broken, very fun. And very difficult. It requires, this particular category requires a lot of knowledge of movement, a lot of knowledge of zips work, how to do boss fight setups. Now, a lot of people in the community actually do shy away from this category, because of one very difficult zip in level 9. You saw there I switched back to the sickles, which are necessary for a big portion of our zips. Took that part a little bit slow for the sake of maintaining my weapon points. This is what I mean when I say the weapon points are tight. It requires a lot of judgment calls. Like, okay, I only have 25 right now. Is that enough to get me from where I need to go? And here's our first wall zip. So what you saw me do there was freeze a sickle on the top of those crates, which allowed me to do a floor zip, and then land on the sickle that I froze underneath, allowing me to do a wall zip. And we fly around out of bounds for a little bit. Got a hit there. Use a little bit of time here, because even in casual mode, getting hit here can send you into one of those pits. And so it's better to take a couple of seconds to guarantee that doesn't happen if a mistake like that's made. Ideally, we just fly through that whole section without taking... It is, in my opinion, that's the most difficult flying section. Here we go, another Scythe floor zip. Here we are at the boss fight, and flashing light warning, once this boss has died. And we got the good RNG. He can either fly down and back 2 times or 3 times, and we got the 2. And a beautiful, beautiful setup for the quick kill. With this little backflip land right in the sides. And that was absolutely perfect. Good RNG, perfect fight, can't complain. And here is level 6. Level 6 only has 1 zip. This is the longest level simply because we don't have a lot of good options for zips. Even this one here only skips 1 room. And we actually skip a pretty major power-up in doing that. But the time we save in the zip does... it's worth losing that power-up, even though it's a really good power-up. See, we have a lot of flight in this particular stage due to the lack of zips. Now we use Alfred here to freeze and destroy this lava. And we don't have a good way of getting up here quickly, so we freeze a Scythe in place, giving us a platform to skip those stairs in it. That was a really good cat room. Those cat rooms are scary. Being able to fly through them is certainly a plus. A few more rooms to fly through. Not a whole lot to talk about, just optimal flying. Taking a hit there was very good. It got me out of bat form as I approached the door. Alright, we get to the final boss with a... we get to this level's boss with a very good, healthy amount of weapon points. Don't need a whole lot for this boss, but having extra does allow... if a mistake is made, it can be recovered from. This RNG is okay. Where those parasols spawn is random. The path the boss takes is not. So what I'm doing here is freezing her in place. For this phase of the fight, she does sit still for a second to drop that spike ball. And as you see, those sides in place do a lot of damage really, really fast. So the perfect RNG is middle. Left side is okay, right side is the worst RNG. And we really only care about where the middle and the upper parasol are. The lower one is... Alright, on to stage 7, where we have a pretty technical room here. Getting through here is a pain. A little slow here to get the extra weapon points because we have another wall zip up. Also, this armor we're picking up here, it doesn't play a huge role in the run. It just reduces all damage we get by 1. So if we take a hit for 3 damage, it goes down to 2, 2 goes down to 1. It will not nullify damage, so one damage hit still do 1 damage. A little safety heart here because I took a little too much damage in the prior rooms. And to get through this room the way we want to, we have to switch to the axe here. This wall over here can only be broken with the axe or with Zangetsu's charge slash. And the classic, we have moving block puzzles. We don't want to deal with any of that, so we just fly over it. Here we have a smooth little... hit that lantern to get back to our sides, while also knocking the sub-weapon potion. Alright, for this quick kill, there is a quick kill, and a slightly slower one that I am more consistent with, but we still get to see it in full force here. We freeze him in place, throw a scythe, freeze it, throw another scythe, freeze it. Now I do a 3 count before I start hitting the boss to get him out of the ice, which perfectly times these sides while he's attached to the wall, killing him incredibly quick. Yeah. Lose maybe a second and a half, but get a lot of consistency there. And missing that quick call altogether wastes 10 to 15 seconds. So it's worth it for that consistency. And here we are going into level 9. In Nightmare mode, we don't play level 8, we go straight to what is called level 9. And we have a very, very crucial floor zip here. If I don't do this floor zip right, I don't have enough weapon points to try again. So it's a bit of a run killer. In a marathon setting, it's no big deal. We just pause, exit game, and reload. Now we have the difficult walls. As you see, I went down to the 7th step, froze a sickle, froze another one up here, fell onto that lower sickle just like we did before, and this lets us skip the entire stage. This stage is supposed to be this super difficult gauntlet where we play as Miriam by herself, then Alfred by herself, and then Gebel by himself. But with doing it in this way, allows us to skip all that. We fall into Gebel's area with all 3 characters via that first zip, and the second zip sends us here to the final boss fight. In this final fight, we only play as Miriam, but Alfred and Gebel are here too, if we need. Excuse me. And here we are timing our axe hits. That's good. A little out of place for that second one, but that's okay. A lot of this fight is a little RNG. This is the second best RNG pattern. The worst is when Zangetsu go up and off the screen. But fortunately, we did not get that each time here. A few more whip hits. Alright. Time happens at the end of this phase. Alfred is charging his final lightning attack, and we have to protect him. Gebel's got his corner, and we have to deal with the other. And hitting that last flame on the bottom left is time. Zangetsu falls. His soul is then released from the castle. where he can rest. So yeah, that is the run. Like I said, it's super broken, it's super fast, it is super fun. If I had to pick one run, one category to get into a marathon, it would be this one. I think this shows off everything the game has to offer, and it requires so much precision, so much skill. Like I said, it's my favorite category at this point. It's fun, it's quick, it's just got everything. Thank you for your consideration. This is where I log off. Thank you again. Take care.